It basically just transmits from different MIDI channels. An ideal use of Nopia would be to link up these modules to different synths. It currently runs paired to a rack in Ableton, so in this case I can access the different MIDI information by routing it to different tracks. Hopefully one day Nopia will be its own standalone instrument. At this point, you might be wondering what happens with the notes that are not in the scale. These notes are treated as major thirds, adding a root below. Hey there, my name's Martin and I'm going to show you around this instrument. Nopia is a semi-modular MIDI chord generator. It functions on the principle of tonal harmony. But what is tonal harmony? For those not familiar with this concept,
it's hard to understand that tonal harmony is a language that works in relation to choosing one of these notes as a tonal center. And it's literally everywhere. It's impossible to overstate how much we hear it in music. In this language, chords function as degrees. You have to understand that tonal harmony is a language that is absurd.
which describe how they work. I felt that there was no hardware that tapped into this universal essence of perceiving chords as degrees, let alone offer it in a way that makes it fun to make music. So we built Prototype 1. For this video, I'll be using the chord builder in static minor mode, but there are other ways of moving around the keyboard depending on your needs. In this mode, the C note will always be our first degree, F will always be 4, and so on. The tonal selector indicates what key we're in, and the chord builder combines notes together in that key to build chords. We can choose between simple and complex versions of these chords here.
Bass will be in charge of the root, which can be played on pads. Or can be linked to the chord builder. It also has a different note that works well for each chord. And it can be on autopilot if it receives MIDI data from a kick and a snare. The arpeggiator unfolds the notes in the chord. If you want more control of the arpeggio, you can link it to a synth like this. The chord builder feeds this information in different modules. The bass will be in charge of the root, which can be played on pads.
Or can be linked to the chord builder. It also has a different note that works well